me back here again with a new vulnerable machine. The new vulnerable machine is Cyberry. We will be trying to locate vulnerabilities on this vulnerable machine and exploit those vulnerabilities as well. So first thing first, I have here the IP address of the vulnerable machine. If I scan through the vulnerable machine using Nmap, as you can see here, I will have 4 ports. One is closed and the other ports are open. One of them is for HTTP and the others are for SSH and FTP. So if I go back here, okay, now if I use Nikto to scan the web server, I will be presented with the possible loopholes that would be found on the vulnerable machine or the web server of the vulnerable machine. Basically, this vulnerable machine is kind of intermediate to advanced if we are talking about levels, the level of the vulnerable machine, technically speaking. If we take a look at the source code of the vulnerable machine here, the web page, I will see, as you can see here, page 64 text. If I am to decrypt this page 64 text, and I have I did so, you will find kind of motivational text and a path to an image in the web server that will serve you nothing. So if I go back here to my Nikto, okay, I will leave it scanning the web server, and I will go back here to show you, because I have done the vulnerable machine before, and I don't want to waste your time waiting for the scanner to finish. So there's a web page on this address called login.php. Okay, now here, don't waste your time SQL trying to SQL injection the login page or trying to brute force. Just you need to go to this link here. Okay, you'll see here a kind of Wikipedia page or pedia. So if you click on view page source, after trying to look at every image among those images, I found out that the image here is kind of, if I am able to find the clues behind this image, I will be presented with some kind of leads that would make me progress more in this vulnerable machine. So if I save the image here, which I have done, so here I have the image. If I click on the image here, so rotating the image, you will see here this final shape or this final form of the image. So you may be wondering who are those guys. Okay, no, I got a hint that those guys are singers, and the name of the song they were singing is I Hear You Knocking. So I just take the name of the song that I have received by hint and write here on Google image I Hear You Knocking singers. Okay, and I have seen the same, or the images of the singers who are the same in the image which we have seen previously in the vulnerable machine. So you see here's the same singer and you have this singer and this singer. Okay, now after locating their names, okay, after locating their names, the names of the singers are, let me go back. Sorry. Okay. Now, this singer is Smiley Lewis, and this date is the release date of the song. And here Dave Edmonds, Fats Domino, and Gale Storm. So, depending on a further hint, we discovered that this is kind of part knocking. So the name of the song, which is I Hear You Knocking, is indicating that there is some kind of or some sort of port knocking on the virtual machine we have to do. But the sequence or the right sequence of the ports that we have to knock in order to open the hidden ports on the vulnerable machine is by following this order, like clockwise order from this singer, which is Dave Edmonds, going clockwise to Smiley Lewis, Gale Storm, and Fats Domino. So if I sort the ports here, the release dates, so we have first Dave, and then we have, I think, Smiley Lewis, then we have, let me go back, Gale Storm, then we have Fats Domino. So I will take this sequence of ports and try to knock on the vulnerable machine to see if there is any possible hidden port. So let's save, close this, the address and the sequence. Okay, now we have to rescan the vulnerable machine using Nmap to see if a hidden port has been opened. Let me close this. It takes a long time to scan, and as I said, you don't have to wait. Let's see what's the open port that will be unleashed using the port knocking. Basically, note that this I will split the vulnerable machine walkthrough into two parts. This is the first part, and I will publish the second part after following this or after getting done this part. Okay, now you can see that there is a port that has been unraveled, as you can see here, which is HTTP port. If I navigate to this port, and I will see the same web page that I saw previously. So if I click on view by source, and here okay, now there's an H letter here that supposedly linked to Twitter, the Twitter account of the web page. If I click on the letter H, okay, you will see here some kind of random, but it's not random, it's called brainfuck language. This brainfuck language is a web page on the internet that if you use okay, now you need to have every line from here copied and pasted in this instance here. Click on run, you will see hello world. Okay, now if you iterate through all the lines here, you will end up with this sequence of words, which is basically some kind of word list. So if I click on this, okay, now here as you can see here, some kind of word list that has been decrypted or decoded from getting this brainfuck text here or language here and decode it on the website as I show you. So you will take this word list, okay, and with this word list came a password, but I have separated the password from the word list to do some kind of brute force. Not this password list, I think. Okay, this. Now this password, okay, came with this word list, okay. So when you decode the if you take here the last line and put it here, click on run, you will see some kind of trying to tell you that it's password bake off. So I have separated the word list in this text and the password on this text on this file. So if I close this and quickly, my mind would go to brute force the either FTP or SSH using, for example, Hydra. So if I use Hydra with the username list to be the password would be bake off. Am I right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, and I have, let's try to brute force the FTP server. Oops, we have a mistake here, a typo. You see here that Hydra has been successful in brute forcing the right credentials. I have Mary and I have Bakeoff. So if I FTP to the virtual machine, with the username being Mary and the password being Bakeoff. Okay, now I have access to the FTP server. If I list the files, you will see here I have those files. Now you're interested at the end, you're interested in bash underscore history. So after downloading the file using the command, but I will not execute this command because I have done so. Okay, you will have the file here. So I have the file here. Okay, after getting the file, you will have two files, which is remainder, okay, not encrypt, and a password list. Okay, on the password list, if you open the password list, you will see here like some kind of passwords you may need in brute forcing the encrypted file. The file here, remainder.encrypt, is an OpenSSL file, encrypted file. How I know that this is OpenSSL file? By executing the command reminder. Okay, you will see that this is OpenSSL file with salted password. Okay, so here comes the dirty playing. If I close, no, I am done with the FTP. I think there's no such thing to do in the FTP server. So I have written, I will show you here, the script that you will use to decrypt the SSL file, and I will explain it to you. Basically here, this script for decrypting the SSL file. Okay, now here you will see it uses the word list file, which is you will define the encrypted file, okay, by entering the path to your encrypted file, and you will define the password list file that you will use in order to brute force the file with the current word list you have. So a must thing to have is a word list file to brute force the file, to read the encrypted file. So if I run the script, and going to OpenSSL decryption, if I execute this file, this bash script here, it will create a long and a massive list of decrypted files. So I'm interested only in a file or a decrypted file that have an ASCII text. Okay. Okay, now we are prompted to enter the path for our encrypted file. And here is an example to write the path. So if I write root desktop Cyberry, and my encrypted file is reminder. Now here it says enter the path to your word list file, and we will use the path.list that we have downloaded after getting access to the FTP server. So adding the path again. Okay, the encryption process has been started. If I go here, you will see a massive list of decrypted files is being created by this script. Now, you may be wondering which one is the correct one. Basically, the correct one is the one that has an ASCII text, because when you decrypt an SSL file, you will have a text message, you will have an ASCII text. Okay, so you will filter among those files to see which file or which decrypted file has an ASCII text. Okay, so now I need to filter through those files and have defined to the exact file that has an ASCII text. So if I use the command, let's say, okay, um, if we go back here, I'm on the right path. Okay, okay, now we will use a filter to see which files are, see here, a bunch of files. Okay, now we will use a filter to see with, oops, weird. should it should filter through the files to give me the exact ASCII one. Okay, now here you see that there is a file which has an ASCII text, or it's an ASCII text basically. The type of the file is ASCII text. So if I take this file and see what's the content inside this file, okay, you see here my login is blah 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 69 blah blah blah. So here I need to have this password, okay, and go back to the web page on login, put the password here, and username is Mary, submit, and you will have admin access to the web server. In the next part I will show you how to proceed and gain shell access on the vulnerable machine.